When you think of Noah, what comes to mind? Big boat, angry rain, a zoo with 0 fences. That's it, right? But the wildest part of Noah's story happens after the animals are gone and the rainbow is posted like God's giant "No More Floods" sticker. Noah plants a vineyard, gets lit like a Gen X bonfire party, and ends up naked in a tent. Yes, that story made it into the Bible, so why? AL. After the flood, Noah goes full farm to table, plants grapes, ferments them, invents the original wine tasting, and minus the classy music. He drinks way too much and passes out naked in his tent, not mildly buzzed. We're talking blackout mode. The man is totally Noah, Bo, bad joke intended. Ham, his youngest son, walks in, sees everything, and instead of helping, runs outside like a TMZ reporter, telling his brothers. Shem and Japheth go backward into the tent, holding a garment between them, and cover their father without looking. Respect versus ridicule. That's the difference. Because the ancient patriarchal blessing wasn't a group hug, it was spiritual inheritance, authority, legacy, lineage. Ham didn't just see Noah's shame, he used it for entertainment. Shem and Japheth protected his dignity, even though Dad was clearly in do not record mode. While the story makes plain to its readers the dangers of alcohol, but even more to the point, the story is about showing honor. In the Bible, to cover someone's shame is holy. But to, in a sense of mockery and with irreverence, expose someone's shame, especially a person of honor such as your father, that kind of behavior was looked upon as betrayal. Yeah, very different message than reality TV. You see, in biblical accounts, nakedness was used as one way God exposed guilt. Think about it. In Eden, before sin, Adam and Eve were naked and unashamed. After sin, they were like, we need clothes now. They hid from God because they felt exposed, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And God's first act of redemption in the Bible, it wasn't lightning and thunder or immediate punishment. No, God's first act of redemption was clothing, placing clothing on Adam and Eve. God made garments and covered them. That's mercy, Gen X style. You messed up, but I've got you. Same pattern. Noah sinned. Noah was exposed, but 2 of his sons covered his shame. And God does the same. That is, he covers our shame by the blood of Jesus Christ. In contrast, Ham with derision and disparagement exposed his father's shame. Shem and Japheth covered shame. In like manner, Jesus covers our sin and shame with his righteousness. Not because we're perfect, not even close, but because he is. So when we stand before God, it isn't, look at all my spiritual muscles. It's more like, I'm only able to stand because I'm covered by the finished work of Christ. That's the gospel in one sentence. I'm not clean, I'm covered. Yep, but it's not about quickly streaking through life. It's about a relationship with God, one that forms a covenant, not a weekend deal. It's a relationship that creates safety, physically and emotional safety, where God and man can be fully known and still loved. That's a shadow of something greater, standing before God unashamed, not because we hid our faults, but because he covered them. Christ equals the garment, sin equals the shame, grace equals the covering. And that's why this weird story was preserved. Noah's drunkenness is not a random scandal. It's a mirror. We are all Noah sometimes, flawed, exposed, ashamed, and Christ is the garment, the covering, the blessing. In him, we're naked and unashamed again. If you like Bible-based content, subscribe at Let Us Break Bread Together. We out.